Is Brian, and it is a Tuesday, and I am futzing around again with the malware sandbox that we started playing with on Friday with Jeff. If Jeff joins us on the chat, that's fine. If not, he has other things to do, family and whatnot, but we're going to continue our discussion and setup of the malware sandbox. If you want to go back and watch the one we did on Friday, which was longer than normal, you can. You can also, catch up by going to Jeff's YouTube page. And there's the link on how to set up the malware analysis lab for free. You'll need a Windows 10 ISO. You'll need VirtualBox, and you'll need an ISO of you'll need an OVA of Remnux, which you can go back to Friday's stream with me and Jeff in the chat talking about that, or you can just watch the video. It's pretty self-explanatory. You can watch it. It's good times. You can enjoy that. So what I'm going to do is continue on through with the discussion of setting up the Windows side of it, and we're going to watch the video as it flies through the air. This is Jeff's video right here, and yeah, we're gonna continue on through. So a couple things that came up during the last stream, which I would have gone a little longer if that had been the case, but I had several things that lit off on my own Windows box here when I tried to download them, like what's it called, paranoid fish, PA fish. That was one, and there's a couple of other things, which ironically enough I was able to get them downloaded on my other Windows 11 box, which is my laptop, no problem. So I actually have PA fish on my Windows box downstairs on my laptop. So I don't have PA fish on here, but what I'm going to do is probably go to PA Fish's website, and let me see where's. You can go to his GitHub. Yeah, I want to leave. Okay. I wasn't planning on going to the GitHub. It's weird. That's weird. There we go. Okay. And you can go into tools and resources, and all the tools that he has in his video are in this GitHub. Matter of fact, I probably should update the description on my own video to make sure that we have the links to his GitHub, including things like, paranoid PA, what's it called? PA fish. So yeah, what you can do, you can download it, a zip file, and what I'll probably do is copy link. And I thought about starting up my own Deb 12 box, Linux box, which won't have issues with me going to sites like that. Virtual machine will be switched to scale mode. Okay. Sounds good. Just in case I can't get it to work, this is just a vanilla Debian 12 that I set up after the stream last night, or Friday, because I was like, oh, I'm going to have to be able to download stuff, and if Windows is going to give me shit, I don't want to have to try to figure all that out. So hope everyone's having a good week. I'm just hanging out here. It's busy at work, and nobody's getting anything done also because it's Amazon Prime Day. So if you go Amazon Prime, I think one of the things I posted up on our Slack channel was there's a sale on NVG glasses. You can go get some. If you're you're a Rainbow Six fan, you can grab the monocular from Fleer for $700 off. So what's not to love, right? There's actually one thing that I saw. I was like, ooh, that would be pretty. So most laptops these days have high-end NVIDIA cards. My downstairs Lenovo the downstairs Lenovo has only a 1650 in it, and this was not the one I was looking at. But let me see which one was it. This one here, the Predator. Yeah, there you go. Has an RTX 4060 in it. has a 19 by 1200 display, 16 gigs of DDR5, which I'm almost certain you can upgrade to 32. Larger SSD is no problem to put in, 6E Wi-Fi, and Intel Core 7. And it's $969. And normally retails around $1,200. So that's not bad. It's not bad. There was another one I saw too, but let's see. Yeah, it was. Oh, this is it. This is the one I was looking at. The Raj Strix. It has a 4060 in it, 16 gigs of RAM, full HD, so it's like 1080, by 1920 or whatever. Terabyte of SSD, and has Windows 11 installed. So it's normally $1,500 and it's going for $1,100, so that's not bad either. If you're needing like now it's probably noisy as shit, no doubt. Like my Lenovo is an i9 with a 1650 in it, but it sounds like a jet engine. It's like Christmas in July, literally. So just keep an eye out if you are in the mood for new hardware or something like that. You probably aren't going to find a better deal on a 4060 GT, GeForce GT RTX. Not for that price anyway. Yeah. So, oh yeah, one other thing. One of our good friends, Age of Music, was on Sunday night, thankfully, telling me that there was a problem with my audio. Appreciate that, and I mean that. I want to be told when there's a problem. I don't want to be, an hour and a half and nobody hearing anything, because Mr. Betcher, Miss Berlin, and Fernando could hear me. Mr. Montenegro could hear me just fine because of how everything is routed in my computer. The rest of the world couldn't hear me. So Window Business is a music group or album group that puts out music, and Age of Music had posted up in our self-promotion channel on our Discord, which you can join by going to Bang Discord. That their new album was out, and it's pretty good. I got down to Green Thursday. I actually enjoyed several of the songs on here, and obviously they have several other albums available and some videos on YouTube, and so go check that out. Windows.business. I don't know how they managed to get that one. I can only imagine Microsoft will be coming to pay them millions of dollars for that domain. But yeah, it is it's music to listen to. It's I actually enjoyed it. I could understand the lyrics. You could probably dance to a few of the songs on the new album, and it was pretty good. So go check that out if you can. Age of Music's a good friend of ours here on the show, and I believe they have look like a 2 or 3 piece orchestra, and they have, let me see, they have Will Stafford vocals, Tim Carr plus guitar, bass, and percussion, and then I guess it depends on the songs. So you have up to a 4 piece, and then they have some other folks. So yeah, 2, 3, or 4, depending on how many people are in there. But I think I know who that is. Yeah, go check those out if you have a chance. So anyway, enough about that. So really wish it wouldn't give me this, your bit rate is lower than the recommended bit rate. Maybe if I just streamed, directly on YouTube, I wouldn't have any problems. I have heard that the ads have gotten far worse on here just recently, but yeah, we'll see. It may be that I'll forego the Twitchverse and move to just YouTube only. Seen several high-profile people that I used to follow on Twitch have just pulled chocks and went to YouTube anyway. So, all right. So here's our box. Where's our there it is. Okay. So do not adjust your televisions. I am in fact using freaking XFCE on my box because I do not enjoy anything else. So I don't think I'm going to be able to pull this down, but we'll see. So there's our VBox shared. Is it scanning inside? Oh, look at that, look at that, look at that. It grabbed it. Okay, so interesting. I don't think I'm going to be able to pull that down as an exe, but what I'll do is I'll do this copy link. Let's see if I can. Nope. All right, well, I'll fat finger it in. It'll just be easier in the long run. All right, so curl. A Ortega, GitHub. Ortega, PA, fish, releases, download, V 0.6, PA, fish, 64.exe. Oh, well, duh. Okay. That's all right. Got it. Doink. Did I get it? Did not. It's just. God damn. Okay, so I do have connectivity. Curl HTTPS A Ortega. Oh, son of a bitch. Okay, so it pulled it down. There's pafish.exe. All right. So what I'll do is I'll just map my safe, my shared folder to my V shared folder. And that'll kind of help me if I need something. You know, I don't have to boot up my Remnux box, and I can pull some things back and forth. Select folder, auto mount, perm, okay. And then, oh, am I gonna have to reboot? Yeah, probably. That's all right. Okay, so I'll let that reboot real quick. We're in the middle of the video right now. He had some initial issues with setup. He talks about going through and downloading the ISO, the installation media.
That will do this for you. It's called Hostname Changer. And it will actually change your username, computer name, domain name, all that good stuff for you via a PowerShell script. I think we can accomplish the same thing using just this menu, so let's do that.
So the little peccadillo you're going to get here is if you...
PowerShell script. I think we can accomplish the same thing using just this menu.
If you don't have a product key,
I'll just come up with
when you hit next, it will error on you when you try to install.
All right, there we go. We'll go ahead
and so you'll have to edit a file, which he'll show you in the video if you do it that way. I just went the route of don't do attended setup, you know, so it'll automatically do all the audio, you know, the setup and the product key and all that stuff. And then I just go through and I installed Windows 10 because it's not all that difficult. So.
And install guest additions.
And installing guest additions is always helpful. But you'll, yeah, he changes up. I gave mine 16 gigs of RAM because I've got 80 gigs to deal with, so I don't have to worry about constraints like that. And my processor is fairly beefy, so I give it 4 cores instead of 2 like he did.
Windows can be hard disk is fine. Let's put this up to 60.
The other thing you want to remember here is later on in the video, and I don't know if I said this in the last stream, but setting it at 60 gigs is one of those things that malware tends to look for in sizes on hard drives. And so you might want to go 70 because if you use a tool that he's got, I think PAFish does that, it'll automatically do a scan to see, or VB cloak or something like that. Whichever one will scan and it'll be like, hey, is the hard drive 60 gigs or not? And that's more indicative of, you know, a VM versus a, you know, full terabyte drive in a box. So just keep that in mind if you want to, and it depends on how stealthy you want to be, depending on the hardware that you've got, or the malware that you've got. Some things might actually look for, you know, responses based on, anything. So there's going to be tools that he's got in his video and that you can download that will, you know, help cloak your VM and be more like a real box. I use the real box quotes. And so, you know, it depends on what the malware you're doing is, you know, may not run correctly. It may give you different output if you're on a VM versus a non-VM, like an EC2 instance or something like that. So just something to think about if you're really concerned about that. All right.
Not for any particular reason other than just make it non-default. And
right,
yeah,
non-default was like 40. This is 60. I would suggest going to 70 or 80. That way,
once we
you
get
know,
it powered up,
it's a little more.
We actually won't.
You could technically go as high as you want to. If you don't allocate all the memory in the VM to begin with, then it will go up incrementally. But if you set like a terabyte and you don't have a terabyte, or you set 512 gigs or something, it will eventually eat up 512 gigs of RAM, of your hard drive space. So just something to think about there, especially if you're, you know, worried about that.
Access on this one at all, or at least try it without internet access, and go ahead and place it on our, well,
sorry, wife is outside, but yeah, I didn't shut my doors.
Let me finish going through the setup, and then we'll convert it over to.
Okay, so the one thing I did do is I automatically turned off like internet connectivity, except for like the 3 seconds when I put it in. The other thing he says is, you know, you don't have to put a product key in. There's some caveats to that, like it'll reset itself at the top of the hour. It's only good for an hour. And then it starts annoying you after 45 days about, you know, hey, maybe you should buy a copy because you're using it, which is a bit of a departure from what they used to have. If you were in security back in the day, if you went to something called modern.ie, there used to be a place where you could download evaluation copies of Windows 10 for browser testing. But you can't do that anymore. They got rid of it, which is sad, because you used to be able to download a fully activated and registered copy of Windows that would work for 180 days or something like that. And then just give you some kind of little annoying thing in the bottom saying, hey, maybe you should, you know, register that. But anyway.
Internal network, because I think I've got everything downloaded.
So yeah, the only time that this Windows box that I have has been on the internet was when it went to activate Windows 10, and I think that was like, there's the,
hopefully that's not a showstopper.
There's the error message that you saw. Cannot read product key setting. There's a file in the unattended, there's an entry in the unattended config file where he's going to have to go in and modify that.
I install real quick, approximately.
Where is it?
I'm gonna, because in that here,
you had to go research. There you go. So something called unattended.
This is in my VM folder. Right
it's in the VMware or the VirtualBox folder called unattended, and then
section in here has, maybe I should just product key right here.
Right there. So you just have to go into the unattended thing and cancel out those tacks, the dash marks.
What happens? Is that all I have to do?
And then it will automatically ask you, hey, do you have a product key? And you say no. And, hey, Power Blitz, thank you for coming. Thank you for joining. Appreciate y'all for being here today.
Yeah, it says it looks like that's all you need to do. So let's save that and see if that will actually work. Let me just make sure it's not showing up anywhere else in here.
Articles paywall.
Nope. Yeah, let's see what happens. Okay, here we go. Yep, that did the trick. So you just have to put I don't have
product
a product key
here.
It
asks you to give a product key. You don't have one.
The reason I don't typically get a product key for my Windows VM for malware analysis is I typically don't feel like paying for Windows just to have it on a malware analysis machine that I'm not going to use for actual work or anything. So if you're of the same mindset, what's going to happen is that at the end of your VM trial, The greatest annoyance is that everything will keep working except that your Windows VM will shut down every hour on the hour, or basically after an hour of uptime from your previous restart. So what I typically do is I'll just restart it and snapshot my clean VM snapshot at the top of that hour. And then I know I have an hour to do my work and snapshot or save or do whatever I need to do before my VM shuts down. And it will give you a warning shortly before your VM shuts down every time. So yeah, I've never found a reason to buy a product key for Windows unless unless I really want a copy of legit Office on here or something like that. But again, for this video, we're doing everything free, so I'm going to show you how to do that. Just keep in mind that if you don't buy a product key, which again, I never have, you'll get that shutdown happening once you're past your trial, which I can't remember how many days it is. I think it's like 45 something days of trial.
Yeah, see,
and
there
you
you
can
go.
even extend it by using the rearm command, I think.
Oh, Stretch. Thank you, Power Blitz. Appreciate you.
Until you enter a product key. So just be warned of that. We are just about wrapped up with this installation, and then we'll get to work with the minor amount of hardening / prepping we need to do for Windows before we turn it into a victim machine. And then we'll be ready to look at some actual malware with these guys. All right. Well, our Windows VM did.
Okay, give me a second here. All right, so we go sudo sh. Guess I don't. Yeah, there we go. I don't think I ran guest updates. Typically, I don't install guest editions on. What? What's the definition of insanity? That's really weird. Did I spell additions wrong? I did. For fuck's sake, man. All right. What's the problem on this VM? Oh, I'm for the Linux one. I am. Oh, sudo. There we go. So I'm setting up a malware sandbox, and I'm trying to download some tools. Unfortunately, my Windows 11 box has also got Defender running on it, as it should, and so I need things like PA Fish and tools that light off to Windows Defender as hacker tools, or has bad shit in them and should be quarantined, and it's kind of a pain in the ass. So what I'm doing is using my Debian box to download the stuff that I need in the shared folder. So let me see. All right, now I can reboot. So what I was doing, I was just setting up the share and the guest editions for that. So yeah, PA Fish, which is used to help detect whether or not whether or not your malware is going to detect whether you're a VM or not. Detect VM environments and malware analysis environments, the same malware families do. So good tool. Once I should have done this ahead of time, but I got busy at work. So let me make sure I don't have anything going on at work. Oh, course. Let me see. Who's this? Yeah, there she is. Looks like Carolyn already submitted a ticket. They're working on that. There we go. All right. So I have my Remnux box already set up. Some malware can understand itself. It's run in an environment and stop the execution. Then when detected, a real environment is running. Yeah. Ideally, we want to make it as, you know, we don't want to, some malware just doesn't give a shit and it'll run whatever, but there's some that are smarter, I don't know, and will, you know, block that. So like ideally you will go in and you can modify environment variables. You will, your hard drive space is a certain size, so many processors, and that's like, bare minimum shit. But there's a ton of stuff in there, and I think there's a VBox cloak or something like that that Jeff also mentions in his video that will help you change some of those environmental variables, change some of your TCP windows or whatever it is that you need to do to change that. I was also thinking about, if a lot of people use things like INetSim to, be the internet for your malware sandbox, and it has the default messages inside of, an HTTP request. If it gets the HTTP request back and it's like the default response, it'll be like, oh, okay, I'm seeing a default response from this HTTP server that is supposed to be my C2. I know that that is not what is supposed to happen, so I'm not going to run that or something. So I thought about maybe on the paranoid level to be, change those from their defaults to something else like, hello world or something like that, where it's like it's expecting certain things. But I'm not a malware expert. Jeff is far more talented at this than I am. So, go check out, Jeff's stuff. And you can... Yeah, I'm just trying to not get myself owned on stream, because I mean, it'd be great for clicks and Schadenfreude, but for me, it would be a fucking nightmare if I owned myself up with some shitty malware. So there it is. There's our shared folder. Oh, that's right. I'm not part of. Damn. Why do I keep forgetting? User add breakb. VBox SF. Oh wait,
open. It's a little bit different than the last time I built this lab in
right.
that, yeah, it doesn't look like it really, maybe I missed something. Oh no, there it goes. Okay, it didn't look like it installed guest editions for a second. Might have just now done it. So I'll pop that out because I just put it in there. Let's go ahead and set up our shared folder, because I don't believe I've done that yet. We'll go ahead and set it here. We'll go ahead and auto mount, make permanent. That should work just fine. And does it automatically appear, or might have to restart? I think I might have to restart. There might be a way that will this do the trick? Yeah, there's probably a way you can do it easier, but I'll probably just restart after we do some additional configuration here. And it should show up in this sidebar here.
Yeah, so he's installing his guest editions. He's going to set up his shared folder so the way we can push data back and forth, applications and things that need to be set up, Wireshark. There's going to be a ton of stuff we're going to be set up on this. And at some point we will make a clean snapshot so that way we can
all right. This is where
follow
every time
through.
I boot up Windows, I'm reminded of what bloated is. This is where we're going to do, like I said, a lot more hardening than we had to do with.
Yeah, we're going to harden the box. We're going to make some registry entries to disable Defender on the Windows 10 box.
So first things first, let's go ahead. I keep hovering down here because I want to bring up these links, which again, they'll be in my GitHub file for you. But first thing we want to do is turn off automatic updates. This sends
You can
out
see
a
I've downloaded
bunch
some
of
things
network
here.
calls every few seconds until it reaches the update server. So it gets really noisy in our malware monitoring tools. So it's nice to be able to disable Windows 10 update. So the way we can do that is either use the pause option,
See,
or
my Windows
this is
Defender
the more
lit off anyway,
permanent,
even though I saved it in there.
selection. All right, I think this is what we want with the registry. So let me pull this over to my other monitor and we'll do this together. Let's run regedit. And where are we going to go?
Allow
We're
on
going to
device.
go
Okay, so it's not going to matter at all
local
anyway.
machine,
Okay.
and we're going to go to software and policies, Microsoft, and then Windows. So let's take a look. We are going to go to here. We're going to create a new key. Sorry if this is a little tiny. We're going to call it what? Windows Update. Easy enough.
Yeah, so you go into software policies,
new key under
Microsoft
this.
Windows, and then you create one called Windows Update, and then you create a new key called AU for automatic updates. So you want to disable updates as well, because we want to be, you know, like a wounded bird. Oh, I'm not patched. Please don't hurt me. And so
no auto update, and change to 1. That should be it. This says it should disable it automatically, or permanently rather, unless you manually decide to check for updates. So we'll see if that's true once we start up INetSim and get a good look at the network traffic, but hopefully that does the trick. Next is Defender, and there are a couple.
Okay, so this time it worked. I actually had dice.
About disabling.
I thought that all what I just did would have helped, but
there's actually a couple things I want to try before we do that. So first of all, before we run this, I want to introduce you to PA fish or paranoid fish.
PA fish, paranoid fish.
Actually,
yes,
I can't do that until I get my shared folder. So let me restart after making that first.
I have to delete this one because it was 0 length, and we were wondering what the hell was going on with that a little while ago.
And then I want to show you what paranoid fish is all about. It's basically just a quick tool to check to see how cloaked your virtual machine is. So basically, when the
now I know it's working,
goes to check if it's running in a sandbox or in a virtual environment, it'll go through and do a bunch of different queries against the registry and file system and hardware. And there are a lot of different ways it can tell it's running in a virtual machine. Very few of malware samples I've ever seen.
Yeah, exactly.
Have been.
Yeah, the last thing you want to do is run updates or update your Defender profile or something like that.
Not been able to work around those detections anyway in like a debugger or something.
Right.
But it is nice to have this tool, PA fish or paranoid fish,
run
and show you exactly how to fix or where to look to fix those issues. So we see my shared folders now here on restart. I'm going to pin that to quick access, so it's always up here. Really don't need anything else here.
I've got mine pinned.
I guess I'll just leave them. Let me go ahead and run.
See, he's got a lot of tools. We're going to have to download all those Gidra, IDA-free, LibreOffice, etc.
I guess I will pull it over.
Obviously, some of these won't light off, but other ones will. So
we'll pin this to the taskbar as well.
Oh, okay. So
let's go to downloads, PAFish 64, and actually I just realized I think I need to run that as an administrator. Let me go ahead and run this as admin. Go away. Go away. Hold on. Nope. Stop, please.
There we go.
Let's get back to where we were. And let's just not documents, but downloads. And let's run it again. Nope. Cut. Just kidding. I'm not actually cutting, but I did not mean to do that. I want to do that. So it's going to run in the background, it looks like.
Oops.
And so if you get these green OKs, it's like, all right, I did not detect you running in a virtual machine, but you can see it traced us using stuff like the CPU ID, hypervisor vendor, CPU timestamp counters, all these neat little tricks Maybe
There
not
we
some
go.
neat little tricks that malware
You can
uses
see
to
everything
detect
running,
that's running in a sandbox.
just like his.
So what I'm going to do is when this is done,
hypervisor
we'll take
bit
a snapshot,
traced,
and then I have a
forcing
script
VM
that Kyle
exit
made that is
trace,
supposed to
checking
cloak a lot of this
for known
stuff.
VM vendors. The other thing
and we'll see
was
what the difference is. It
nick,
doesn't
certain
fix
nicks.
everything.
So one of
But
the
this
things
is a
they tell
great
you
tool to
earlier
use
is
if
to
you
go
are
to
really
website
hardcore
where you
about
can get a
targeting.
legitimate
You
nick
can use this to test
or
how
MAC
hidden you
address.
are from,
So mine
malware.
is.
Look, there's a lot of red here. So
I think I made it something else.
we'll see how this shakes out. Oh, it is
yeah, I
finished.
made
Okay,
it
I wasn't sure if it was finished.
080027. This is actually a legitimate or more legitimate one. So, so it gives you a bunch of things.
I've covered up a bit of it, but that should work just fine. And I am going to
or the malware analysis tools. They're coming.
Here.
They're coming. They're Gidra's in here. We've got a couple of things, but so he's gonna walk us through a bunch of these items. We're just literally in the early stages of this.
So let's go ahead and run
PE,
this.
SID, process monitor,
right-click
system informer. I just learned about that one. That one's actually pretty cool.
Nothing. Let me make sure it didn't just crash by actually opening up ISE. Which is, if
do you have
like
any personal favorites that you like there, PowerBlitz? Anything that you use when you're analyzing malwares?
So let's open that up and run it. And
so yeah, he has VBox Cloak, which is PS script. So let me grab that one from, let's see, PA. Whoops, back up. There we go. I have doing. Oh, you do some. Do you have like some home built stuff or VBox Cloak? It's a PS script, so you can grab that one. Actually, I think it's just probably easier to grab it like that. Put it in the save, and then we can. Wow. Okay, created a bunch of. Created a bunch of archives and artifacts for us here. All right, going to VBox shared, we can copy. Now, I would suggest maybe not putting all of this in, on your desktop, but if you need to make a copy, extract all. There we go. All right, so. That down here. We can clean all this up when we're done after we've got everything set up and everything. But so ideally, you're gonna run VBox Cloak as a PowerShell script. So right-click, run as admin. We're gonna run. Okay, and then we go cd ... cd users lab desktop. VBox Cloak master. There it is. So we go. All right. Double check and make sure he didn't run it with anything specific. All right, he just ran it from the command line. So VBox. Whoops. VBox Cloak. There we go. Cannot be loaded because running scripts is disabled in this system. Are you shitting me? Okay. Huh. Okay, I didn't have that. Oh. So yeah, he says
malware analysis later 2.
Later 2.
Let's run PowerShell.
Right. Let's run PowerShell with administrator, right?
Run the command set. Well, let's wait for it to load. Set execution policy unrestricted.
Okay. So I'm going to move that over a little bit. Should have just typed X. Yeah. All right, so execution policy helps protect you from scripts you do not trust. Well, I trust everything in my Windows sandbox, apparently. So I'm gonna, he says, A.
So this allows us to.
All right, so he says A. All right, so A, which is yes to all. So that's easy peasy. All right, and then we go back up to, and then B box. Okay, so enable all options, make registry changes, kill processes, make file system changes, run as admin, or you'll get a lot of errors. Only run in a virtual machine.
Run any script we want. It might warn you still if there's like an unsigned script, but this will allow us to run PowerShell scripts. Let's try this again. And let's see.
Oh, dash
we ran that as an admin. So let's try that again, but with feeling. I mean, with admin.
Okay, I am admin, so I should be a little bit ahead of him right here. Okay. So attempting to rename all these different DLLs, attempting to rename WoW64.
I have to run it from that folder. So let's do this. Let's copy this over to downloads as well.
Let me make this font a little bigger. Those of us in the back here, there we go.
And
so you can see it said it's modifying reg keys, It's changing, renaming, attempting to rename all of these things. Obviously, you got to run as admin for that reason. File does not seem to exist. Skipping. File does not seem to exist. Skipping.
Whoops, we do. I just did spot that. We'll need to reconnect our shared folder. But that looks pretty good.
Okay, you'll need to reconnect them later.
I'm also not sure if we need to run this on every reload. I didn't read too far into it, so we'll see how that works. But let's go ahead and run.
Hey, Digital Warhead.
See what happens.
All right, so yeah, he's going to run PA Fish again. I ran it. I had a handful of things that came up, so I'll just. Here we go. Run it again. For whatever reason, it's, doing its thing. There we go. So, oops, there we go. So still got a few things that can be traced. I'm sure that there's ways to modify all of those to make myself less visible to bits. Oh, mouse click activity. Oh, PA Fish window. Apparently I'm not automated enough, but there's way fewer of the red than there was in the last one, I think. Yeah, you see all this got traced, all the VBOC detection stuff. There's still a few in here that got detected, like pseudo devices. Here's a MAC address. Okay, so apparently my MAC address isn't good enough, so I'll have to go back in and rechange that. Shouldn't be difficult to do. I'll just find one that's like an Intel box or something like that instead of 80027.
But we'll see how it goes. For comparison, let me pull up that screenshot.
Yeah, he had a screenshot and everything set up,
popped up that I just was like, quit. Those were tests for mouse activity, which I completely missed. I need to read my directions more. And the other thing is, these checks are actually checking for 60 gigs or less.
Yeah, there you
remember
go.
We allocated exactly 60 gigs. So I guess if you bump that up even a little bit, that'll pass that test. And there's some other stuff here, like the MAC address.
It's really weird. Okay, so my upping it to 80 gigs didn't help at all.
Looks like it's actually
so I have an 80 gig
fake Mac.
I have an 80 gig disk in here, but maybe it's not looking at what's available right now. I don't know.
Still a lot of traces on here, but significantly better than what our first one looked like. So again, I'm not too worried myself about the hardening part because I've not had issues before. If you are, you can use that
I know what I did wrong.
Script or
I'm mixing up my versions here. I was actually doing this on two different boxes. So I have a Windows box downstairs that has 80 gigs of data in it, and this one only has 60.
There is one more script I want to use, and that is this guy by Jeremy. I'm probably going to mess up his name.
This is
maybe. There's a Disable Defender PowerShell script that he made that is supposedly meant.
All right, so Power Blitz is another one. So we need to find Power Blitz. The cool thing is once I set this up once, then I won't have to do it again. Let me see, where's Power Blitz? Blitz. VBox cloak. Async rat. Disable defender. That's it, isn't it? Where is it? No, that's not it. It was a PowerShell script or something he used. Have you detonated any malware or still in the config phase? D-dubs, I'm still in the config phase. The Windows, as you can see, the video for Windows to set this up is at 112 and it goes to for another hour or so because we've still got to set up Detect It Easy, Capture Pi, DNSpy, LibreOffice, which, you know, I don't have to do much to get LibreOffice, but Wireshark, Process Monitor, System Informer, which is the new Process Hacker, which for those of you who don't know, Process Hacker apparently gone the way of the dodo. In System Informer is the new hotness. Yeah, and then Ghidra, JDK, Python, 7-zip, revealing hidden files, folders, and extensions, creating the final clean snapshot for Remnix. So yeah, we're going to capture some traffic with Remnix and Windows in about 20 minutes. God, I hope that works. And then, yeah, we got a disable defender here. So let me see, Jeremy Bome, tools, blob master, disable defender, PS1. Okay, so if I actually do, you know, detonate some real, you know, stuff in here, that will be interesting. Take along, but once you have set up your VM, you can use it for any malware analysis. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping, that, you know, I'll take a snapshot, a clean snapshot, because that's what he's going to have us do, and then we'll be able to. Oh, there it is. There's disable defender. All right, download that, and it's in the shared box. Save. I may have to reboot my Windows box after I ran that script. Nope. Look at that. Sweet. Yeah, see, I have System Informer already here. I could probably just go ahead and install it now. I'll just install it now. I've got LibreOffice as well. Disable Defender, there it is right there. So I'll drag that bad boy here to the desktop. Oh. Windows security has found threats. Start actions. Threat details. Apparently there's something called Disable Defender that it doesn't like. Huh. What are the odds? Allow on device. Oh, God. Okay. All right. Save. Okay, good. Try again. Damn you. Okay, so this thing really doesn't like something called, you know, allow on device. This really makes my ass sweat whenever I see shit like that on my own box. Try again. Okay. Because what I want to do is I'm going to go back and I'm going to turn off all them fucking, once I get them on the Windows box itself, I'm going to have to, you know, put them in some kind of password protected zip file. That way, if I have to rebuild my lab from scratch, I'll just put it in a password protected file. Defender shouldn't be able to view that or get inside that zip file because it needs a password and should allow it to pass through. I'm not saying that that's a good way of passing along, you know, documents you don't want scanned, but it's a good way of getting through things you don't want scanned. Okay, I will figure out. At least when you're trying to send emails to people, I shouldn't tell people that, but you know, if you're trying to send emails to people and are like, oh, we don't take zip files because they get ripped out of our emails, it's probably because somebody's scanning inside the zip file and pulling that out. But it's been my experience that you can get around that by putting a password on a file, because, you know, bad guys don't put passwords on files, especially if you tell them in the email, hey, the password is this, just, you know, unzip and go. So really, really poor security to get around shit like that. But yeah, it is. Hey, Jeff. Oh, he's back again. Hello, Jeff. This is Jeff of All Trades. Continuing through discussing your video. I've run so far today VBox Cloak. I'm about to run Disable Defender. Hey, yeah. I didn't expect to see you on, but I'm appreciative of you here. We have a couple of folks that are just hanging out and just going through the process. So far, no problems, no issues, nothing that I haven't already had to deal with. But I've got Remnux, I think, set up. I'm waiting for the configuration of the Windows side here. And I'm not going to be on as long as I was yesterday because about 4-ish. Oh, it's actually 4 now. So once my daughter gets home and takes, gets here, we'll probably end up going to dinner. So I may be getting off here in the next, 20 minutes or so. But let me go ahead and run Disable Defender. There we go. And then there's, yes, Disable Defender. Adding PS exclusions. This script will be started again after reboot. Press any key to continue. Where's the any key? I can't find it. There we go. Yeah, that's what I was telling Digital, and we were on Digital. We were on Sunday talking to Fernando Montenegro about industry analysts and what it takes to work in that environment. Friday last was when we did the longer stream with setting up the Remnux box, setting up iNet, SIM, setting up all those things. And I actually did it again on my local box downstairs, my laptop box, because I was like, well, I want to see what I'm doing wrong. That way I can kind of move a little bit forward on this. So now I need to probably reboot once the video starts up.
To disable Defender completely. Now, the old-fashioned way you can do this is to go into Defender directly, and you can turn off virus and threat protection.
Yep.
By the way, not to go off.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yesterday meant Friday. Yesterday meant Sunday.
Host machine,
my apologies,
if you're
Q-Dubs.
running Windows, you may also need to go into here and manage settings, add or remove exclusions, and add your shared folder as an exclusion in case you're passing malware back and forth and you don't want Defender to snatch it up. Just a tip right there. But yeah, there's ways you can disable Defender in here, but none of them are really like super, how should I say, permanent. They always seem to get flicked right back on. So yeah, it's not a perfect way. And I'm going to try this PowerShell script for the first time to see if it actually seems to work. It says
if it's on, turn it off.
Disable it permanently. So let's go ahead and, I don't think I downloaded this one yet. Go ahead and download it. I don't know what happened there. The rendering just got really weird. I should have just kept this PowerShell session up. We'll go ahead and run Disable Defender now. All right, it's going to reboot.
I'm going to add Z drive.
Or maybe I have to reboot. Let's try that. Okay, we're going to let that script finish up. And also, I just noticed that the guest additions went inactive. I wonder if that's because of the script from Kyle that we ran. So I'll go ahead and fix that in a second. Let's see. It looks like everything is looking good.
Ransomware protection.
Except for that last
OneDrive
one.
What you didn't see was me flipping off OneDrive. I can't turn that shit off on Windows 11. It just bugs the shit out of me.
Let's not see, because I can't even get my mouse to work. I wonder if that's an artifact of not... Yeah, that's interesting. Okay, 1 second. Let me see if I can fix what's going on here, because I can't even see my mouse within the window now, which is interesting. Oh. All right, I'm using my keyboard to go ahead and reinstall guest additions to see if that fixes this issue. I'm almost certain it was related to that script we ran before. It looks like it's getting back, and I see my mouse again. That's good. We'll go ahead and reboot.
Okay, I'm going to reboot.
Interesting. Yeah, I wanted to try these out. I'm sorry for testing in prod with you guys and testing these out as we do.
It's all good.
But I did want to try them out and see how they work.
Don't worry about testing in prod. Everybody does it.
Scripts to know what to watch out for. All right, we are loaded back up. I'm trying to load into Defender, and it is taking a little bit to load protection info here, which I'm wondering if that is going to
Go into your startup apps and just say,
be a
yeah,
sign that
I've
we were
done that,
successful.
but there's
The other
still
thing is
apps that
we're
want to go
gonna
to user,
off
BBreak,
the
OneDrive
firewall.
documents. And I'm like,
Yes.
fuck you,
Turn off the
Windows.
firewall
I don't need
to
OneDrive.
make
I have
sure
Google
that we're
Drive. I
able
don't
to
need
get
your
out to
shit.
everything on
I don't need
public
yet another
and
terabyte of
private
online drive
and
space.
domain, everything. Firewall comes off for everything. Yep. Good. I don't know if we really care about the rest of this. You could disable CFG, DEP. You could disable a lot of these actually and make your life easier.
So I've got, I have the same issues you have now with the mouse working. I need to reinstall guest editions and then reboot. Capture, there we go. Nope. Now, see, I don't even have a mouse inside there. Okay, I don't know why my... Okay. If you right-click on the mouse icon on the bottom right, you turn off capture temporarily. Right control, okay, yeah. Actually, what I'm trying to do is reinstall guest options or guest bits again, but I can't. My keyboard's not even working for that. So, right control. Go directly in the icon folder of guest editions. This trick works. Okay, go directly in the icon folder of guest editions. Hey, sweetie. Wah. Keyboard is captured. Yeah, I'm hitting the Windows button, but it's not working. Shared folders. Move a disk. Yeah, I have to. There it goes. Okay, something's working again. There we go. Oh, it is not happy. It is not a happy thing. Rebootion's a solution. All right. All right, mouse is connected. It's what you know. Okay, so what I need to do is go up to devices. Yeah, see that. Okay, well, it continues to run the Back in old-timey days, this is how we used to have to control the mouse. There we go. Yep. Not asking me for. Come on, baby. Come on. Not UACing me. Should be UACing me, but it's not. See, Jeff is going to start analyzing malware, and I'm like, oh, well, I can't, I guess I should probably, do something else because there's already somebody out there doing malware. But interesting. I wonder what is the dealio? I think I broke it. Mm-hmm. Oh. I think I broke it. Well, it won't be the first time I have to reinstall my shit. I don't know. I had at least 12 gigs because I've got 80 in the machine. So I think I see what my 100%. My thoughts is let's go ahead and just do a reset again. Windows doesn't like it when I do that. Here, one sec. Let me ask a question to the fam here. Okay. All right, well, we're back. Let me see if it comes up. It's not giving me warm fuzzies right now. Guest edition is the thing I know very bugged. Yeah. Okay. All right. Scroll down, tab over, run. Come on, get it. Come on, get that. Huh. Oh. That's interesting. Since I don't have a mouse. Yeah, exactly. Push. Don't push too hard. You'll blow something out. Yeah, the mouse isn't even clicking anywhere on the machine. I should be able to. Yeah, I don't know. Let me go see where my. Go see. Yeah, I mean, I'm not even at 23%. GPU's fine. Plenty of memory. I got 40 left. Yeah. Can I send you the version on Discord that's not bugged? Yeah, if it's open VM tools or something, that's fine. Yeah. Depending on what the family's doing right now, I may end up having to start over here. But yeah, send it to me on Discord. Yeah, whatever. So Windows 10 the same. Yeah, I don't know. I wonder if it has something to do with the disabling of the Defender protections or what have you. I may have put it in an inconsistent state by running the PS script and the exploit protection stuff. So I may have put
this basically just opens up more doors for malware to keep working.
Yep.
ASLR is that's the thing that randomizes your addresses.
ASLR is bad
and stuff. So, or just when you're running programs. So yeah, we can disable all these, and we might give our
shared folders,
give ourselves a break with analysis, and give our malware a chance to do some
keyboard settings,
bad stuff. So we're going for the opposite of secure in this case. Core isolation is fine, I think.
Extended features, auto capture keyboard.
Let's turn off smart screen and all this. I was hoping that PowerShell script would take care of a lot of this, but we can go ahead and just go through and uncheck all that. I don't know if there's any other telemetry. I guess we'll see when we get our network tools up to see if there's any other telemetry that we are missing. Okay, this is all off, so it looks like that script did work. That's
something happens. I'll just spend a little time. I haven't done a ton of stuff on here, so I can always blow this Windows 10 away and rebuild.
We'll see if that is preserved.
We have the technology.
Once we get this fully configured, let's go ahead and
my wife is responding
before we move on to installing all the different tools on our Windows box. And for that, I'm actually not going to work through the settings. I'm going to go to old-fashioned control panel, because I find it easier to go to the network settings here. So we're going to go to network and
actually, if you haven't already, you might try pausing the machine and unpausing sometimes. So jiggle the handle is what you're saying. Jiggle the handle.
Properties.
Jiggle the handle, pause and unpause.
And setting it right here. We're going to call this one 10.10. Oops. 10.10. Hello, what's going on?
Oh,
I must have skipped ahead. Yep, 10.10.10.2.
Seriously, jiggling the handle worked.
55 to 48? I don't know, that doesn't sound right. See, this is my subnetting is even rusty, so I have to go back to our calculator.
Check Discord. Okay, I am on the checking of the Discords.
So that is equivalent to that /29.
I do not see you. Are we friends already, Mr. Powerblitz?
And we're going to set our default gateway to
I have a lot of people.
Box. This is very important. Same thing for the DNS server.
On
Remnix.
So now chat.
All of our traffic is going to go to Remnix. Let's see. All this should
there it is.
As well. Blah, 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 blah. Okay.
Let me Windows 11 is just
so we are now
got it.
Supposedly pointing to Remnix as our
Discord is like, oh, this is a potential download. Download from the internet may be beneficial, but this type can damage your device. So yeah,
let's go
I'll
ahead
download
and restart our Remnix machine or restore it from the
snapshot. So I've got 7.0 beta 3.
And if we did it,
I guess I should probably back this up a little bit. Back that thing up here. There we go. So I have it here that I have Yeti X. Let me try pausing it and unpausing it again. I'll jiggle the hand a little bit. So I don't know why, Jeff, but there it is. It's working now. I've got my mouse back. Yeah, exactly. Computers are a bad idea. So so to Jeff's point, pause and then unpause for whatever reason works. Pausing execution, and so it gets stuck. If it gets stuck when you're reinstalling guest editions, pausing it a couple times in VBox and unpausing it just works. Jiggle a handle when you're going potty. Remember that when you were a kid, there was all these things that you had to do when you were going to people's bathrooms, like, hold the flush down until, you get the in the bottom of that thing, or, jiggle the handle sometimes to make it stop going. Yeah. There we go. Jiggle the handle, y'all. I appreciate Power Blitz. I will keep that copy of guest editions just in case it shits the bed again at some point and we have to reinstall. So appreciate you. Big props to Power Blitz. Shout out to Power Blitz for helping a brother out in a clutch, having the knowledge, dropping the knowledge, and auto resize. There we go. Yeah, no worries, Power Blitz. Yeah, so, all right, so let's see. I'll go back to where guest editions and everything got added. There was a ton of stuff that happened.
So it looks like that script did work. That's great news. Saves
so you can see that has been added.
Yeah, I think everything else is looking pretty good. We'll see.
Hang on, homie. Let me. All right, exploit protection. Your IT administrator has limited access to some areas of this. I'm the admin. I'm the IT admin. What an asshole. Yeah, my IT admin's an asshole. Yeah. No, I appreciate y'all. I appreciate you. Device security, core isolation details, memory integrity is off. Weep, 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 weep. Device performance and health, family options, reputation-based protection settings. We don't want to check anything. Smart screen, turn that mother off. Smart screen for apps. Sorry, keeping an eye on work computers. And make sure all of our things are turning off all the things. Exploit protection settings. There's the other one that he mentioned. Default is on, so off by default. I don't know, Jeff, from your screen, it looked like you'd went ahead and did all this stuff anyway. I don't know if the PowerShell script does anything differently, but yeah, that it would be nice if those, the PowerShell script was doing that, but I would definitely, turn all these things off anyway because the script didn't seem to do that. So that's good to know. Export overrides, presentation hosts. Yeah, appreciate that. All right, so there's a few things in here that it is overriding. Why is it overriding those? What is it overriding? Arbitrary code guard. Force randomization for images, mandatory SLR. Interesting. Okay, so it's turning on ASLR for these things. I don't. Did you do that as well for these programming settings?
Yeah, we can disable all these, and we might give ourselves a break with analysis and give our malware a chance to do some.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know what these will do. So, I mean, if somebody came in here with IE4 init, IE4U init, and made it look like it was that, you would get it would automatically look for these protections on this, and it would force ASLR. So I don't know what that would do, but
take care of a lot of this.
I'm going to defer to the SMEs on this.
Check all that.
Yeah, pretty arbitrary. Yeah.
I don't know if there's any other telemetry. I guess we'll see when we get our network tools up.
Yeah, when I installed Windows 10, all the add IDs and telemetry stuff, I turned that all off. I elected to turn all that off anyway because I didn't.
Saves us a lot of trouble.
Okay, so the script did do some things, did turn some things off.
We'll see if that is preserved on
reboot. Turn the firewall off.
Fully configured. Let's go ahead and get our network configured before we move on to installing all the different tools on our Windows box. And for that,
Red service has stopped, restarted now. No.
Settings. I'm
Good try.
Control, old-fashioned control panel, because I find it easier to go through the network settings here.
Okay.
So we're going to go to Network and Internet, Network and Sharing Center, click on Ethernet.
Okay. So
we're going to set up our static IP address.
And go back. All right, so we're going to Network and Internet settings.
Tools on our Windows box. And for that, I'm actually not going to work through the settings, I'm going to go to control, old-fashioned control panel,
Oh,
because I find it easier to go through the network settings here. So we're going to go to Network and Internet, Network and Sharing Center, click on Ethernet, and we're going to set up our static IP address by going to Properties,
okay.
IPv4,
Sharing center.
Properties, and setting it.
All right, so we're going to Ethernet status. I'm going to go to Properties, and we're going to go to TCP/IP or IP4 protocol bits. What the hell? Oh, properties. There it is. Duh. Okay.
Here, we're going to call this one 10.10. Oops. 10.10. Hello, what's going on? I must have skipped ahead. Yep, 10.10.10.2. 255, 255, 255.
I can't type for shit.
That doesn't sound right. See, my subnetting is even rusty, so I have to go back to our calculator and.
All right, 255, 255, 248. And as we know from borrowing bits the other day, a /29 will give you 8 IPs minus 2 for the gateway and the broadcast. Hey, Kirasek, hello. Oh, and 10 more minions. Oh my goodness. Welcome. I'm following Jeff of All Trades' video in setting up a malware sandbox. So welcome. Thanks to Kirasek. Shout out to Kirasek and all of her minions. Now, I will say that I have no idea what I'm doing. I don't do this by trade. Jeff is the SME that I'm following at this point. I will post up his video again if you want to follow along, and his GitHub as well, where you can get all of the tutorial information. Ideally, we'll use his video on analyzing malware, the 1 hour, 35-minute one, whenever I get the sandbox set up. But right now we're doing the second half of the video after we've installed Remnux, and we are setting up Windows networking. I had a bit of a hiccup, if you will, with guest editions that we ended up having to just pause and unpause the machine a couple times when it got to installing the certificates, and looks like it hung. So that's working again, so we should be good.
See, this is my subnetting is even rusty, so I have to go back to our calculator. And It is 248. Awesome.
248, okay. Yeah.
It's stuck in my head. So that is equivalent to that /29 we made earlier. Make sure we're on the same subnet.
So we're all on the /29, which is giving us 6 available hosts.
This is
the
very
Remnux host is going to be our .3. So the .3 he mentions in the gateway, you would have seen earlier in this video if you'd been watching it with us. You can catch up by going to the YouTube as well. 10.10.10.3 is the gateway, is what's going to be the gateway, which is the Remnux box. So, God damn it. Just.
I was stuck in my same. Their traffic is going to go to Remnux. Let's see. All this should be good as well. Blah, 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 blah. Okay.
And then 10.10.10.3.
Supposedly pointing to Remnix as our
close
router to test if everything is working well.
So now we're going to test, and we're going to pull up our Remnix box again, which is not this one. So I'm going to pause this bad boy. And I'm going to go back and unpause our Remnix box.
We should now be able to hit burp from.
Here we go. So it's 10.10.10.3.
Go to Edge here
and minimize this one.
Yeah, get out of here. Data. Stop. No. Get out of my face, Edge. Ugh, I hate it. I hate what we have become. All right. 10.10.10.3. And if you remember, we left burp running on port 8080 for access to the actual burp service, which you can check by going right back here under proxy settings.
Okay, so we're come join us. Everyone loves the Microsoft Edge. Yes. Pin and start without your data. No, I don't want to bring the browser over. Confirm, continue. No, I don't want to make it more useful to me. Get bent. Okay. It's the shitty browser. Yeah, it could be shittier. I mean, it could be IE, Internet Explorer. Us old folks remember the IE6.
See it right there. We will go ahead and run the... Oh, that's the one that failed to start. That's right. Okay, we'll come back to that in a second. Back to here.
All right.
If we hit that page, we are able to hit it, which means our networking is set up perfectly, or at least so far.
He's got more confidence than I've got. So I need to go burp suite. Yep. Okay. According to him, I should be able to go 10, 10, 10, 3. 10, 10, 10, 3. Proxy is on. Proxy settings. I didn't add the 443 yet because, well, I did on the other box, but I didn't do it on this box because it wasn't working. So 8080 for the port. Right. All right. 10, 10, 10, 3. 8080. Nope, I didn't do something right. Why work right? Public Ethernet, properties, IP address 10.10.10.2, 29, 10.10.10.3, 10.10.10.3. Can't reach this page. Yeah, refresh. That's going to help, Brian. Stop trying to, edit all interfaces. That may be helpful. And edit request handling. Oh yeah, 10.10.10. 3. Then 8080. All right, let's give that a shot. Your proxy needs to go to 10.10.10.3. Never mind, you got it while I was typing it. Yeah. Oh, 1 second. Okay. So I love you all, and I love everybody being here, and I appreciate y'all. Family wants to go out for dinner. So I'm going to continue this probably on Friday, if not sooner. I'll hash out the issues that I've got here because I want to do that and get some stuff routed and what have you. I actually, D-dubs, I just put it in right after Kira got here, KiraSec. I will put it again though, just because it's good content. And you should definitely take a look at it. There's Jeff's stuff again. He has a whole session, Jeff of all trades, on different things, modding Roller Coaster Tycoon, coding Rat King and what have you. So I'm going to go. Thank you all for coming and hanging out. I don't have anybody to raid because I haven't looked online yet. We could go hit up Tibbs, I guess.
When you go upstairs, I'm going to the left.
No, let's go Sid. Let's do Sid. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, please suggest a raid. Shadow Tech, okay. We're gonna go raid Shadow Tech, copy. There we go. All right. Thank you, Dubs, for the raid, and I will be back. I'll let you know what I did to fix it. I'm sure it's my fault. It's not Jeff's. Thank you again, Jeff, for coming on, and y'all have a good rest of your day. Take care, y'all. Bye.